Here. Put it on the seat. Sick. So my package finally arrived. I have to go get it from the mailbox now. So if you bear with me, I was just running down those big stairs and I'm out of breath. Let's go and secure this package, man. If it's not raining, I'll bring you guys. Is it raining? Yeah, I'll leave you guys here.
Remember those days, those L's, I couldn't sleep right now. I get paid, fake game, staying B-side. Breaking the blues over steak, I gotta eat right. You could be my peace sign.
This is from Aquarium over in San Francisco. I've been wanting to go there. They're my first stop when it comes to buying plants like this and ordering Aquascape supplies. But for me, SF is just so far that it would have been a mission for me to even make it out there. So found them on Amazon, ordered it, and I don't know, 2 days later, the package came. It's not even Amazon Prime, can you believe that? All right guys, so what we got here is 3 packages of ADA Monte Carlo. And the reason why I chose this seller on Amazon is because getting 3 packages of ADA, which is supposed to be like top of the line Aquascape plants and equipment and all that stuff, this was actually cheaper than the no-name brand, so why not? Honestly, I'm really glad I found Aquarium on Amazon because I mean, I've always wanted to buy stuff from there, but during that time I only had like monster tanks and stuff. I wasn't building anything like this yet, so yeah, I'm glad that we finally had a chance to support that LFS. Look at the packaging on this, man. Look at this. This is crazy. It came in this little bubble wrap. Oh yeah. Man, these look good. Look at that. That looks sick, dude. Yo, these don't look half bad, man. Look at that. This is some... It even says ADA right here. This is pretty sick, dude. This is like the packaging that's like on top of boba and stuff. This is like the nicest tissue culture plants that I've ever purchased. Like I purchased some where like the plants, half of them don't look good. This whole cup, every single one of these looks healthy to me. This is nuts. I'm really shocked. Like this is some ADA quality stuff, man. This is amazing. I'm really impressed. I'm not even in my tank yet, dude. This isn't a tutorial on how I plant Monte Carlo. I have a whole bunch of videos on how I planted it, how I've cared for Monte Carlo and stuff in the past. This is just going to be a whole bunch of B-roll of me planting all of this lovely ADA Monte Carlo. let's go ahead and dig into the details of what I've done since I've set this up and how everything's been going. Alright guys, so let's go ahead and start off with the tank itself. I know in the beginning portion of this video I wasn't able to break down certain specs and all the stuff I did to this tank or all the stuff I collected for this tank. So I'm going to go ahead and do it right now. So first, let's go ahead and start off with the Aquarium. This is a UNS tank. I think it's called Ultim Nature Systems. Let me double check real quick. I still have the lid for this thing. So it's the Ultim Nature Systems 30C or 30cm Aquarium. Let's see, oh there it is. So 30C Aquarium, 7.1 gallons. It's 11.8 inches all around. And yeah, this is part of the package that it came with, but this is literally the specs for the tank. 7 gallons was way more than enough for me. And yeah, I just wanted a really clean, nicely aquascaped setup, low iron glass with these UNS systems. They're pretty much on par with ADA, whereas like the glass and stuff is super clean. All those cuts right there, as you can see, are perfect. And overall, I heard a lot of good things about them, so that's why I went ahead and pulled the trigger on the UNS tank. I've had an ADA tank before in the past. It was a used tank. I got it from one of my friends. I had it at bare bottom because I was doing like MFK style aquariums. I wasn't really into like planting things like this and aquascape this and that and stuff, so I didn't really get to enjoy it to its full potential. Ended up selling the tank, and now I kind of want to get back into it, so that's why I went ahead and chose this tank, which what I heard was pretty much ADA stuff, but I think they're just a little bit more affordable. I mean, you can kind of look at it. It's pretty clear. And the cool thing is this thing actually came with a little mat that you put in between the tank and the stand. I mean, it was perfectly cut. It was in the bottom of the little packaging and stuff. So it's pretty cool how they include that in the little package, because if I didn't have this mat, I would have had to DIY it, and that would have sucked. I'm just glad that it came with these little accessories that make the tank a lot better. And a lot safer, actually. Speaking of safe, let's go ahead and talk about this stand right here. This is a perfectly made stand for this 30C Aquarium. It's made by Aquaworks. Got it from Glass Aqua. I'll go ahead and put their information in the description below as well. And the best part about this stand is this right here. So you see how I have stuff on the top level, and then I have stuff on the bottom level, and I have that hole back there. If I ever wanted to do like any kind of high-tech setup for this cube, or maybe even like some crazy saltwater setup on this stand right here, I can remove that shelf and I can place a canister filter in there, or maybe CO2 in there, or I don't know, some saltwater stuff in there. I can literally pack all my equipment in that stand, have the tubes run through that hole back there, and then up into the aquarium. So this stand can literally hold every single equipment that I need for this tank in the future. And it didn't even take that long to build it. It was just literally like building something like this little cabinet right here. But it's meant for an aquarium, so it's perfect. Let's go ahead and just get this out of the way. I'll cover what I'm doing with that later. But the lighting that I chose for this tank is a Fluval Nano plant. This is the one for like their planted cubes and stuff. And the reason why I chose this is because it has its own timer. It's a 15-watt light, full spectrum, and honestly, the way that it dims on and dims off with the custom settings and stuff, it's perfect. It's so sick. I've never had a light that can dim on and off. When it turns on, it slowly turns on, and when it turns off, it slowly turns off to a moonlight, and then it eventually turns off altogether, which is pretty cool. And the only bad part about this light is it doesn't have a manual on-off button. So if you don't have your phone and stuff, I don't know how you would turn this light on. This light depends on the app to turn it on and off. Without it, I don't know how you would use it. So the filtration system that I ended up choosing for this tank is the Marina S10 filter. I think it stands for Slim 10-gallon hang-on-back filter. And my favorite part about this filter is the power head is actually inside the aquarium, as you can see right there in the tank. And the best part about that is all the noise is suppressed by the water of the aquarium. Bro, look how sleek this thing looks. You know what I'm saying? Like, this thing, it's not metal, it's actually plastic. I went ahead and just filled this whole thing up with Fluval Biomax, just straight biomedia from the top all the way to the bottom. As you can see, can you guys see right there? So yeah, I went ahead and just filled this whole thing up with biomedia, because my mechanical filtration is actually this sponge right here. This is the sponge that came with the filter. As you can see, it's not that efficient when it comes to preventing baby fish or baby shrimp from getting into the filter, so that's why I went ahead and just switched it out with one of my old sponge filters. One thing that I did do for this hang on back is I went ahead and added this custom baffle, or this custom DIY surface agitation plastic piece. It's a piece of a Taco Bell cup, as you can see right there. Let me get some focus going on. As you can see, it's a part of a Taco Bell cup. I went ahead and used a lighter and formed it to the way that it is right now. That way it can push current through the surface of the tank. As you can see, causing a lot of surface agitation. And without it, it would literally just push water from that point all the way down and blow super crazy here, and the Tetra would go nuts. All right, the next thing is not too fancy. This is the heater that I ended up choosing. It's the Fuvel P25. It is an automatic heater, 25 watts, perfect for this tank right here. But yeah, nothing's fancy schmancy about it. You can't really adjust it. Just put it in there. It's super sleek, and there's no knobs and all that stuff. And it keeps the aquarium at a good temp. Say so myself, what is that? Oh yeah, that's like above 75. So let's go ahead and cover the hardscape and the substrate for this tank. I went ahead and went with Dragonstone. I have one piece here, another piece here, and then that back piece is actually made of 2 pieces, I believe. I have some extra pieces right here, and then I also added some into my terrarium right here. So you can see a whole bunch of extra pieces that I was able to use. I actually used more in this tank than my tank right here. The substrate is Fluval Stratum. I was going to go with the Sea Chem substrate, but since I was already ordering the Fluval Light, I went ahead and just got the Fluval Stratum. It's good for plants, good for shrimp and stuff. It's a good buffer, so yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and give it a shot, and if we need to add nutrients into the substrate, I'll go ahead and use some root tabs, but it's gonna be a while, and yeah, I heard good reviews about it, so shouldn't be that bad. And then for the plants, you already know it's Monte Carlo. I don't know how long it's gonna take to grow out. That's the reason why I have this light right here. If you remember from my previous videos, I actually used this light to help grow my previous Monte Carlo carpet. I went ahead and just had this like planked up on the side of the little box, and then it grew Monte Carlo for me. It provided a whole bunch of extra lighting that I needed, so that's why I have it on this tank here, just to get everything kind of kick started while we're waiting for this thing to kind of fill up. My light is more than enough to grow these plants down here, but just because I have it, I wanted to give it extra lighting just to kind of help grow this little carpet out. And if I can promote algae, that'd be good for these guys right here, which are the Nereid snails. So that's pretty much it when it comes to the equipment of this tank. If I'm missing anything, go ahead and let me know in the comments below, and I'll try to answer as much as I can. But let's go ahead and move on to the livestock. So the fish that I currently have in this tank are the Ember Tetras that I put for my Bashir tank. The reason why I'm adding them in this tank is because I'm waiting for like my LFS to stock up on livestock that I want for this aquarium. And I kind of want to add some life in here, so I went ahead and just put them in here for now. And on top of that, I went ahead and added some shrimp from my filter into this tank. These are shrimps that was in my sump. They were in my goldfish tank. They were in my Datnoid tank. I just have a whole bunch of these like cherry shrimp that are just everywhere, and decided to add some in here just to add more life and stuff. I think there's about 10 pieces in here. So yeah, when it comes to the livestock of this tank, I'm not 100% sure what I'm planning on putting in here yet. I'm just waiting for my LFS to get in some nice stuff, and then that way I can choose. I was thinking of doing crystal red shrimps or crystal black shrimps, but I've noticed that my LFS hasn't gotten those recently, so just keeping my hopes up, waiting for the right stocking to come in, and when that comes, I'll go ahead and put them in. So that's pretty much it for today's video and this project right here. I'll go ahead and keep you guys updated on Monte Carlo project. Hopefully we can get a full carpet soon. I know I say this a lot, but the last time we got a full carpet, I ended up moving to this house right here, and I had to shut that project down. But for this tank right here, it's gonna be here for a while, so we should get a full carpet and at least enjoy it way longer than my last Monte Carlo project. And if we upgrade the livestock in this tank, that'd be cool too. But if we stick with this group, I honestly wouldn't be that mad, because the full red setup, it really looks nice in this tank. I'd like to thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Stay tuned for the next one, and peace guys.